Radio Lewes. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
You're listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters. Welcome to the slightly different radio show, the only viable online alternative to the Archers. I'm Nick Cooper, your mysterious masked music boxer, with some jolly nonsense to help your sourdough rise just as your expectations are lowering. And since it's August, let's start off with August. From the For Sale album, that was the insuperable Arthur Lee and Love with their song August. My apologies because, yes, I did rather cheekily cut out a bit of the lengthy guitar jam near the end, but to my mind it outstayed its welcome. But that's not the only thing on my mind. Cue the next song.
Today I've got something think about you during breakfast time, and I want you to drink your coffee cup. But that's the time, gotta hurry up. Like every day, face the world outside. Stop. I watch you eat your hot tomato soup. I think about you during TV time. You are the river sleeping by my side. I lie awake in a bedroom, and I feel like I should have told you the thing I have in mind.
Taken from their 2007 album Zoo, that was The Bone with The Thing I Have in Mind. The Bone are an Italian band who take their inspiration, and it shows, from one of my favourite groups, Morphine. And the Bone Zoo album is available as a free download, so don't delay, download today. But not before you've listened to Immigrant Song.
Вот вам билет с плацкартой. Вы едете сегодня в 19 часов 30 минут. Поезд номер 3, вагон номер 2, место 15, место 15, место 15, место 15, место 15.
Утки дудели, били куранты. Родина нас провожала в эмигранты. Самолеты, поезда, машины, автобусы разбросали нас в разных точках глобуса. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Не хотите нас искать, мы далеко. Нас уже, пожалуй, не догнать. Мы там, где себя не могли представить ранее. Америка, Израиль и Германия. Уезжали, улетали в дальние дали. Переживали, как все будет в начале. Очень осторожно, обойдя таможню, в пункте назначения багаж свой выгружали. Новые места, чужие города, хайвей, Бродвей, остальная красота. Пестрая экзотика для нашего глаза рвала крышу сразу.
За рубежом.
Колесики стучат, паровоз летит как птица. За полночь уже, но почему-то нам не спится. Все никак не терпится узнать да поскорее, что для нас приготовила фортуна лотерея. В следующей главе нашей биографии в новейшей истории на чужой территории. Кому из нас какая достанется роль? Кто будет нищий, а кто король?
That was Yuri Gurdzi's remix of the Amsterdam Klezmer Band's track Immigrant Song. The Amsterdam Klezmer Band were founded in 1996, and Ukrainian DJ Yuri Gurdzi was founded in... Well, actually, he's curiously reticent about his date of birth, but he lives in Berlin. Now, like many others, I was saddened to hear of the death of singer and superb guitarist Peter Green. Tempted as I was to play one of his celebrated Fleetwood Mac songs, I opted for his showcase piece, The Supernatural, which appears on the John Cale album Hard Road. Take it away, Mr. Green. The John Cale Blues Breakers featuring the late great Peter Green with The Supernatural. Peter Green succeeded Eric Clapton as lead guitarist for the John Cale Blues Breakers, and there were concerns that he might not have been able to fill Eric's shoes, but concerns soon vanished. Now, during the lockdown, I have to confess I've not been taking as much care with my personal appearance as I should do. In fact, I like to wear funny outfits.
I don't know what this life is about, but I like to wear funny outfits. I don't know what this life is about, but I like to wear funny outfits.
Marvin Pontiac with I Like to Wear Funny Outfits. Marvin Pontiac is the alter ego of actor and leader of the jazz group The Lounge Lizards. That song was taken from the Asylum tapes, and the story goes as follows, and I quote, Marvin Pontiac was anonymously sent a 4-track tape recorder during the years he was held at Esmeralda State Mental Institution. This is what he did with it. And this is what Fontaines D.C. did on their latest album.
You should have heard me in the lounger, telling people what they was, spitting out all sorts of sugar, just dying for a cause, a smile, a slither to my corner, on a face so true, my word is always in the ready, and I'll attribute that to you. I don't belong to anyone, I don't belong to anyone, I don't belong to anyone, I don't wanna belong to anyone. You should have heard I'm in the Bowery, learning people with a tongue, cut from second-hand cloth, make the women feel young. I heard I'm serving as a soldier in the annex of the earth, threw himself before a bullet, and threw the metal to the dirt. Take a man's word, I don't belong to anyone, I don't belong to anyone, I don't belong to anyone, I don't wanna belong to anyone.
Dublin band Fontaines D.C. with I Don't Belong, taken from their 2020 album A Hero's Death. The Fontaines, as they were originally called, added the DC in order to avoid being confused with a Los Angeles group called the Fontaines. Both bands got their name from a singer in the movie The Godfather called Johnny Fontaine. Pub quiz gold, I think you'll agree. Which brings us to our first, oh yes, there's more, Wince of the Week. Here's Gianni Morandi with Flamengo Rock.
Há muito que eu sonhava visitar a Espanha, terra do pastor e de grandes toureiros. Porém, hoje ao chegar à nobre e ardente Espanha, já não vejo dançar passo doble ou bolero, só se dança o tal Flamengo Rock. Só se dança o tal Flamengo Rock. Espanha, tu deixaste de lado o bolero, Flamengo e agora tu procuras um ritmo ardente que se te provoque e só danças o rock. Desde o dia amanhecer até acontecer, nessas horas espanholas não se escutam castanholas, pelas ruas de Sevilha não passeiam mais mantilhas, em Madrid ou Barcelona só da rock, sim, só da rock. Espanha, o blue jeans e o blusão são os trajes usados agora, não há mais tradição nem guitarra, só se dança o tal rock. Desde o dia amanhecer até a noite acontecer, nessas horas espanholas não se escutam castanholas, pelas ruas de Sevilha não passeiam mais mantilhas, em Madrid, Barcelona só da rock, sim, só da rock. E agora que me encontro na sonhada Espanha, vou dançar com alguém.
Gianni Morandi with Flamengo Rock, and yes, I did say flamengo. Actually, I'm not sure that the record deserves to be a Wince of the Week. A performer from the age of 6, Gianni Morandi was a pioneer of the Brazilian rock scene and had a string of hits and frequently appeared on TV and in films. Now, I do like to hear a jazz standard messed around with, especially if the messers are called the Ragpicker String Band. Here's their version of Thelonious Monk's Blue Monk. Rich Del Grosso, Mary Flower and Martin Grosvenor performing Blue Monk from their 2015 album The Ragpicker String Band. It's a spiffing album, and talking of which, here's the title track from one of my definitely all-time favourite albums, Paris 1919.
Sense. Just a visitor, you see, so much wanting to be seen. She'd open up the doors and vaguely carry us away. It's the customary thing to say or do to a disappointed proud man in his grief. And on Fridays she'd be there, but on Mondays not at all, just casually appearing from the clock across the hall. You're a ghost, la 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 la. You're a ghost, la 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 la. I'm the church and I've come to claim you with my iron drum, la 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 la. Just fallen in disgrace. William Rogers put it in its place. Blood and tears from old Japan, caravans and lots of jam, and maids of honor singing, crying, singing tediously. You're a ghost, la 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 la. Yes, you're a ghost, la 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 la. I'm the bishop and I've come to claim you with my iron drum, la 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 la. Efficiency, they say. Get to know the date and tell the time of day. As the crowds begin complaining how the Beaujolais is raining down on darkened meetings on the Champs-Élysées. You're a ghost, la 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 la. You're a ghost, la 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 la. And I'm the church and I've come to claim you with my iron drum, la 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 la. You're a ghost, la 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 la. You're a ghost, la 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 la. I'm the church and I've come to claim you with my iron drum, la 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 la. You're a ghost, la 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 la. You're a ghost, la 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 la. I'm the church and I've come to claim you with my iron drum, la 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 la.
John Cale with Paris 1919. If you haven't heard this album, then I warmly commend it to your attention. And he's got Little Feat as a backing band. That's got to count for something. Right, second go at Wince of the Week, also competing in the longest song title featuring mention of both the Beatles and the Rolling Stones category, and I think he's in with a chance. Here's Gianni Morandi.
C'era un ragazzo che come me amava i Beatles e i Rolling Stones, girava il mondo, veniva dagli Stati Uniti d'America. Non era bello ma accanto a sé aveva 1000 donne se cantava Help e Ticket to Ride, oh Lady Jane, oh Yesterday. Cantava viva la libertà, ma ricevette una lettera. La sua chitarra mi regalò, fu richiamato in America. Stop con Rolling Stones, stop coi Beatles, stop. M'han detto va nel Vietnam e spara ai Viet Cong. C'era un ragazzo che come me amava i Beatles e i Rolling Stones, girava il mondo ma poi finì a far la guerra nel Vietnam. Capelli lunghi non porta più, non suona la chitarra ma uno strumento che sempre dà la stessa nota. Tra-ta-ta-ta. Non ha più amici, non ha più fans, vede la gente cadere giù. Nel suo paese non tornerà, adesso è morto nel Vietnam. Stop con Rolling Stones, stop coi Beatles, stop. Nel petto un cuore più non ha, ma 2 medaglie o 3.
Italian pop singer, actor and entertainer Gianni Morandi with, and this is the full title read out in my atrocious Italian accent, C'era un ragazzo che come mi amava i Beatles e i Rolling Stones, which translates very roughly as, there was a boy like me who loved the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. And the hits just keep on coming. Here's Vinegar Joe.
The dreams I carried carefully all been spent. I'm looking for some place to hide, a reason to survive. The tears I shed won't dry till I discover an angel love has died. For that love I cried, for that love I cried. Whatever happened to the children of the dove? Did the flowers fade? Was it a game they played? Or did did they just grow tired of love? Was the pressure too great? They learned to hate, watching their martyrs die. Who killed love? For love I cried.
Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
Angry words are spoken.
Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
The pipe of peace has broken. Some people say it's a pattern of history. It's no great mystery. Mankind's destiny revolving over centuries. Certain time cycle. It's all predictable. So the records show where lovers die, evil shall follow.
Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
And words are spoken.
Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
The pipe of peace is broken.
Black smoke rising from the Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
The pipe of peace is Somebody told me it was the movement of the stars. The aspect showed tears for a few years, while Earth is close to Mars. Lord, Lord of the tempest, birds at unrest, war and pain. The planets rule when love returns again.
Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
Words are spoken.
Black smoke rising from the Calumet.
Peace is broken. Yes, love I cry, love I cry, love I cry, love I cry, oh love I cry, oh love I cry.
As well as being named after a celebrated American general, Vinegar Joe launched the careers of singers Robert Palmer and Elkie Brooks. There they were with Black Smoke Rising from the Calumet, taken from the 5-Star General album. Now, I'm not sure how to describe the next track, but it's called Corkscrew.
For a few coins I shall hypnotize and read your future. I hope so. But if that's what it takes, I'm sure gonna do it. But now, Doc, I got problems. right now I need a car more than I need you. You can start walking anytime.
But you just can't go off and leave me.
Not now, Doc. I got problems. Not now, Doc. I got problems.
All I can tell you is that Michael Arthur Holloway is a professional electronic musician and producer. He lives in Portland, Oregon, or Oregon, or Oregon, I don't know how they say it over there. And that was Corkscrew, taken from his Guilt Noir album, which has a horrid cover. Time for something a bit older. Here's veteran Western swinger Hank Penny. Wham bam, thank you ma'am.
I never knew what love could do until I saw you smile. And when I did, I flipped my lid and nearly went plumb wild. But now I know to never show my love to anyone. 'Cause wham, bam, you broke my heart and I hope that you had fun. Wham, bam, thank you ma'am, I hope you're satisfied. You took my heart and you tore it apart, you hurt me deep inside. I'll never be a fool again, you really crushed my pride. Wham, bam, thank you ma'am, I hope you're satisfied. And thought I knew just how the game was played. My shirt tail run right up my back just like a window shade. I cross my heart, I'll never start to fall for anyone. 'Cause wham, bam, you broke my heart and I hope that you had fun. Wham, bam, thank you ma'am, I hope you're satisfied. You took my heart and tore it apart, you hurt me deep inside. I'll never be a fool again, you really crushed my pride. Wham, bam, thank you ma'am, and I hope you're satisfied. I made a mess of things, I guess, but now I'll recognize the next young thing that tries to say it's love light in her eyes. The love light that you spoke about was only just a flame, 'cause every time you meet a man it lights right up again. Wham, bam, thank you ma'am, I hope you're satisfied. You took my heart and you tore it apart, you hurt me deep inside. I'll never be a fool again, you really crushed my pride. Wham, bam, thank you ma'am, and I hope you're satisfied.
Herbert Clayton Penny, known to millions as Hank Penny, with Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am. I like Hank Penny because although he frequently performed to country and western audiences in the 40s and 50s, he was also a firm jazz fan and insisted on keeping a swing improvisational element in his performances, which often got him into trouble with his more conservative audiences and promoters, but he stood his ground. Hurrah! Okay, I confess I had to play something from an album called Big Ed's Dead Squirrel Wig and Magnificent Mustache. Here's Deer at Log Cabin. That was Schwarzeneggerization, who may well be Ukrainian, with Deer at Log Cabin, taken from the aforementioned Big Ed's Dead Squirrel Wig and Magnificent Mustache EP. Apparently, Schwarzeneggerization is a thing, but I'll leave it to you to find out what. But in doing so, don't let the summer slip away. From the AJA album, that was Ambient Jazz Ensemble. See what they've done there. And the record was called Summer Slips Away. As we coast towards the conclusion of the Slightly Different radio show, let me slip in one of my favourite performers, Mr. Dave Alvin.
I was born by a river, but it was paved with cement. I was born by a river, but it was paved with cement. But I'd stand in that dry river and dream that I was soaking wet. Someday it's gonna rain, someday it's gonna pour, someday that old dry river, you know it won't be dry anymore. Well, I played in the orange groves till they bulldozed all the trees. Yeah, I played in the orange groves until they bulldozed every tree. But I'd stand amongst the dead stumps and smell the blossoms on the leaves. Someday it's gonna rain, someday it's gonna pour, someday all those dead trees, you know they won't be dead anymore. I fell in love with a woman, but she did not fall for me. I fell in love with you, baby, but baby, you never fell for me. Now I'm as dry as that old river, and I'm just as dead as those old trees. Someday it's gonna rain, someday it's gonna pour, someday this old heart of mine is gonna fall in love once more. Someday it's gonna rain, someday it's gonna pour, someday that old dry river, you know that it won't be dry anymore. No, it won't be dry anymore.
Dave Alvin with Dry River, and from one favourite to another, although I don't think I've ever played anything by Billy Jenkins before, here he is with the rust on the screws of the Churchill Theatre. Billy Jenkins and the Voice of God Collective with The Rust on the Screws of the Churchill Theatre. A grim title considering how badly our theatres are faring at the moment. Support live theatre. Support Billy Jenkins, whose song appears on his Still Sounds Like Bromley album. All of which reminds me that I'm Nick Cooper and you're listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters. Thank you for flouting the social distancing warnings and letting me into your homes. Don't worry, I am certified completely sterile. And thank you for listening to the Slightly Different Radio Show. Stay alert, stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.
Radio Lewes. Local community webcasting.